Carlos Alcaraz sets a clear goal before Roland Garros. Jannik Sinner's sanction gives Carlos Alcaraz a chance to reclaim the top spot. The shock of Jannik Sinner's 3-month doping ban has yet to be reflected in the ATP rankings, but Carlos Alcaraz remains focused on a clear goal, reclaiming the world number 1 ranking. While it will take several weeks for Sinner to drop from the top spot, the Spaniard has a serious chance of taking over. For now, despite his suspension, Sinner remains the ranking leader this week with 11,330 points, although he has lost the 500 points he was defending from Rotterdam last year. This breaks the tie he had with Carlos Alcaraz, surpassing him in the number of weeks as world number 1, with 37 compared to Alcaraz's 36. Carlos Alcaraz aims to be number 1 before Roland Garros. Carlos Alcaraz, currently ranked 3rd with 7,410 points after losing 100 points as last year's Buenos Aires finalist, has a chance to close the gap with Jannik Sinner if he wins the 500 points awarded to the champion of the Doha tournament. However, his goal is not just this, it is to reach the number 1 ranking before Roland Garros. Alcaraz can begin reducing his deficit against Sinner this very week at the Doha tournament, where he debuts this Monday against Cilic and can earn 500 points by winning the title. After competing in the Qatari capital, the 4-time Grand Slam winner will head to the United States for Indian Wells, March 5th to 16th. The path to the top of the rankings. Here, Alcaraz will need to defend 1,000 points as the defending champion and 200 points in Miami, March 19th to 30th, where he reached the quarterfinals last year. In April, he could gain points in Monte Carlo, where he did not play last season due to injury, in Barcelona, where he also missed out last year due to injury, and in Madrid, where he must defend 200 points as a quarterfinalist. In other words, if Alcaraz wins all the tournaments leading up to Rome and Roland Garros, Doha, Indian Wells, Miami, Barcelona, and Madrid, he would add 3,600 points, bringing his total to 11,010 points before reaching Rome and then Roland Garros. The numbers are on the table, but it remains to be seen which tournaments Alcaraz and Zverev will play. It seems unlikely that either player will participate in all of them and win each one. Carlos Alcaraz faces no major rivals in Doha. Alcaraz has seen all his expected opponents in Doha: Zhang in the second round, Dimitrov in the quarterfinals, and Djokovic in the semifinals, get eliminated in the early rounds. It doesn't change anything, having Djokovic in the draw or not. It's the same tournament. Every tournament has great players. Whether Djokovic is there or not doesn't influence me at all. I would only face him in the semifinals anyway. Until then, we focus on ourselves and try to execute our plans. It's a very tough tournament. There are many high-level players, which shows how great Doha is. In the end, you have to face the best to win any tournament. For now, it's round by round. He, Djokovic, also has to see how he feels after his injury, said Carlos Alcaraz in an interview with Sport before starting the Doha 2025 tournament. His draw didn't look favorable when it was revealed last week. He had to debut against Marin Cilic, a veteran who, despite playing less these days, remains one of the few players outside the Big Four, Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, and Murray, to win a Grand Slam. Alcaraz had a tough match but won in straight sets. Beyond Cilic, his path was filled with obstacles. First, a second-round clash with young Chinese talent Zhang Zhang. Then, a quarterfinal against Dimitrov, who had beaten him in their last 2 encounters on outdoor hard courts. And in the semifinals, a possible showdown with Djokovic. None of Alcaraz's expected opponents advance in Doha. He won't have to face any of them. Italian Luca Nardi surprised Zhang in the first round and will be Alcaraz's opponent on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Dimitrov and Djokovic suffered shocking first-round exits at the ATP 500 Doha tournament. Dimitrov lost to Czech player Jiří Lehecka, and Djokovic was defeated by Matteo Berrettini in his return after the Australian Open. Neither Lehecka nor Berrettini will be easy opponents. Berrettini has been a Grand Slam finalist, but Alcaraz holds a 3-1 record against him, with his only loss occurring 3 years ago in a 5-set match. He also defeated Lehecka in their only previous encounter. There are still plenty of top players left in the tournament, including Alex de Minaur, Medvedev, Rublev, and Tsitsipas, but they are on the other side of the draw. Alcaraz would only face them in the final. Clear path for Carlos Alcaraz in Doha. Carlos Alcaraz was originally set to face Grigor Dimitrov in the quarterfinals. However, Dimitrov's shocking loss to Jiří Lehecka has seemingly made Alcaraz's path more manageable on paper. Last Saturday, when the ATP 500 Doha draw was revealed, it appeared that Alcaraz had a tough road to the semifinals, where he had a strong chance of facing Djokovic for a revenge match, if the Serbian advanced through his own tough draw. But this is tennis, and initial predictions rarely align with reality. After just one day of play, the Mershon's potential opponents have changed drastically. In particular, Dimitrov, who was seen as a significant hurdle in the quarterfinals, suffered a disappointing exit. The Bulgarian defeated Alcaraz last year in the Miami Masters 1000 semifinals, but injuries have slowed him down in 2025. He faced a tough opening match against big-hitting Czech Jiri Lehecka and couldn't overcome him. Lehecka won convincingly in just 1 hour and 16 minutes, breaking Dimitrov's serve once in each set to secure a 6-4, 6-4 victory. The Czech will now face Hungarian Fabian Marozsan in the round of 16, with the winner set to meet Alcaraz, if the Spaniard advances. No surprises in the rest of the first round. Elsewhere in the Doha first round, the expected favorites prevailed. Jack Draper, the tournament's 8th seed, defeated Alexei Popyrin in straight sets, 6-2, 7-6, and is on track to potentially face Djokovic in the quarterfinals, if the Serbian advances past his tough opening match against Matteo Berrettini. Australian Chris O'Connell also won, overcoming Lebanon's Hadi Habib in a tightly contested match lasting nearly 3 hours, 7-6, 7-6. Alcaraz's message highlights the battle ahead. Impressive, João. At just 21 years old, Carlos Alcaraz has already won 5 Grand Slam titles and became the youngest world number 1 in ATP history. This season, he demonstrated his versatility by winning his first ATP indoor hardcourt title at the ATP 500 Rotterdam. While Novak Djokovic nears the twilight of his career and Jannik Sinner serves a 3-month suspension, a new name has emerged: Brazilian João Fonseca. Fonseca, a former junior world number 1, has drawn significant attention for his impressive skills, powerful ground strokes, and remarkable maturity on the court. The 18-year-old Brazilian recently achieved a major milestone by securing his first ATP title in Buenos Aires, where he stunned home favorite Francisco Cerundolo in the final. With this victory, he catapulted himself into the top 100 of the ATP rankings, currently sitting at number 68. This achievement further solidifies his status as one of the most promising young talents on the tour. Carlos Alcaraz was among the first to publicly acknowledge Fonseca's feat, taking to social media to congratulate him. Impressive, João. Congratulations, the Spaniard wrote. The two players have shared the court before, training together during the 2023 ATP Finals in Turin. During those sessions, Fonseca also caught the attention of other top players, including Jannik Sinner and Daniil Medvedev, who praised his immense potential. Alcaraz, always keen on scouting emerging talent, is well aware that bigger battles with Fonseca are inevitable. Given the Brazilian's rapid rise and fearless playing style, many expect him to become a serious contender in the coming years, potentially challenging Alcaraz and other top stars in high-stakes matches. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Here at Tennis Zone, we are dedicated to bringing you the best content for the best audience. We provide in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive coverage of everything related to the tennis world. Join our community and be part of the excitement of the tournaments with us. At Tennis Zone, we strive to bring you up-to-date, high-quality content about players, tournaments, strategies, and the most relevant events in tennis.